Today I am sharing all about hosting in a small space because I had about 30 kids and 9 adults in our 950 square foot and our outdoor space, of course. What I do to prep and what I do to host are on the docket for what I am sharing today. So come along and get inspired to host this summer or whatever season you're watching this video in your small space or whatever size home you live in. Well, I am going to be hosting a large group in my 950 square foot home, and I am going to bring you along as I prep my home and a little bit of my outdoor space for this event. There will be 25 children and 7 or 8 mamas involved in this ordeal, and I am opening up my home for a plant and play party. So when I'm filming this, it'll be the end of April and May 1st, and we are doing a May Day potting party for a homeschool group that I am involved in. And I kind of on the whim decided to do this and invite all the moms who wanted to come and bring their kids and do this event. So my little home, my little abode is going to be welcoming in that many people in a 2-hour span of time. So I'm just gonna show you some things I gotta do, what I gotta get ready. Also, maybe share a few tips along the way of how to host in a small space because I love hosting, and you heard my size of home, 950 square foot. We're a family of 6 in 950 square foot, which is very small for the average family in America. I think the average house size is like 2,200 square foot. So we are definitely below the average size, and like I said, I'm gonna have like 30 or more people coming in and out of this space, and I'm just gonna show you a little bit of what needs to be done and share those tips and things that help make the space feel welcoming for any size group. Being prepared when hosting, no matter the size of space you have, is important. So I like making lists, and I'm a paper list person. So I'm writing my list. This is the day before the event, the party, the plant and play party I was hosting. So making a list and then getting some food prepped. The one neat thing about having a large group, and I recommend this, is other people bring snacks and treats. This was mid-morning, so we just had a snack buffet for the kids and the adults, along with the coffee that I provided. So I am making a blueberry sourdough bread, and the recipe is over on my blog, daviekillian.com, so you can find that recipe over there. I did use mixed berries for this recipe, but I do think going back to having other people bring food, that is an incredible way to make less stress on yourself instead of hosting as well as cleaning, as well as bringing all the food or prepping all the food. You can alleviate some of that pressure by having other people bring some food. Even if it's a main meal, you provide the meat maybe and they bring a side. Also, when it comes to food, when hosting in a small space, use your countertop and use different areas and levels of space for laying out your food or your beverages. I like doing buffet style foods when I have lots of company, like a larger size group, and also having coffees that are easy to make for that person. So Keurig is a great way to go. We have an extra one in storage that we pull out because we use espresso for ourselves, but that would take too long. So Keurig is the best way to go, or honestly, for me, drip coffee is another great way. Just have water, have drinks ready that are easy to access. Do, like I said, buffet style. Don't make it hard on yourself by having food that needs to be dished up or plated. Just make it displayed easily on a counter, on an extra table. Bring out a card table. Even put it on like the top of another surface. So on these busy days when I'm trying to prepare things, still do school, still do life with 4 little kids, I like to have healthy snacks on hand. And there is one snack that I like to go to for busier days if I don't have anything prepped, like my own protein balls, or if we're on the go, and that is Holy Balls. These protein balls are from a locally made person in a neighboring city, and they have such clean ingredients. They are delicious, and they are just cute little packaging, beautiful packaging, honestly, in my opinion. It's all organic and natural ingredients, which is amazing for on the go or at home, to throw in your purse, to throw in a diaper bag, to have. There's several different flavors. This one is the Rocky Roadie, so delicious. Decadent chocolate, crunchy almonds, creamy white chips, chocolate chunks. Your favorite ice cream flavor just got a whole lot healthier, that's what it says. And another one is the Loca Mocha, so yummy. And the OG, so the epic combo of creamy chocolate and crispy toasted coconut. So if you're a coconut fan, which I am, this one is really delicious and amazing. So great for a busy mama, a working mom, someone who needs something that is pretty simple, quick, and easy. So you can go to my description box to get 10% off your first order of Holy Balls using my discount code DAVY10, simple enough for you to try these clean, amazing protein bites or balls.
Creating an outdoor space that extends your indoor space is another tip for hosting in a small space. We have a backyard that we used for this event and that I use often. This weekend when I'm doing the voiceover, it's my husband's birthday and I'm hosting a party for that as well. And an outdoor space is amazing 6 out of the 12 months of the year where we live in the upper Midwest. So I really like to make it an invitation to open up the doors, come on out and be an extension of the home. It makes it so much easier when you have larger groups of people as well. So I typically will have chairs on the deck, plants. It is a little too cold right now for the rest of my flowers, but just to create a space that says, come here and sit, enjoy, chat, eat, whatever it might be.
I've been doing some setting up outside. We went to our hardware store, our local Ace, and got some flowers for the kids to plant tomorrow. This is all part of the prep, and fortunately, the greenhouse just opened up this afternoon right before we went because it's been so chilly. We have extra tables we're gonna put out. My husband's gonna mow. There's just some prep going on. I did spend a little more time at the hardware store getting compost for my raised beds too, so that took a little bit longer. I got some soil put into a pot that will make it easier for kids to dig out. I've been getting the little shovels ready. We'll just put some tables out. I got the deck a little more cozied up for people to sit at. Coffee station's ready. There'll be a lot more. There goes my husband mowing. There'll be a lot more last minute prep in the morning before the event happens.
So all these tips can be found over on my blog, davyKillian.com, where you can use your small space to be successful in hosting. Another tip I have is to just do little bits of cleaning. So if you follow a cleaning routine throughout the week, your cleaning before the party happens is not so strenuous and stressful. So I have a weekly cleaning routine or system that I like to follow, which even if you're a working mom and you're not home like I am throughout the day, it is very manageable. So I've shared a blog post about that. I've shared YouTube videos about that. So you can just search daily routines and rhythms and cleaning schedules and it'll pop up for you. And I just think that way you can do a little wipe down of some surfaces, vacuum the main areas. Since we have such a small space and there were kids, I knew our bedrooms, the kids' room would probably be accessed because other kids want to play with their toys. So just do a quick cleanup, have the kids put their toys in the correct baskets, just make things open and inviting. That's another tip too. Get rid of some of the stuff. And I think that's another tip is just to keep stuff minimal, but make arrangements if you have to move things to the outer walls so you have space for movement or sending an extra table out. If you feel like you need extra side tables or extra seats, find a sturdy box, pull something out of a bedroom, a nightstand, a side table, find something from the garage, whatever you need to make spaces work for hosting.
It's the day of the event, and there's always some last minute things to get done, like quick wipe down of the bathroom, restocking some toilet paper, emptying the garbages, making sure the toilet seat is pretty clean. So that's what I'm going to take care of. I need to also glaze my bread that I made yesterday and get more stuff set up outside. So it is 8:30. Still gotta nurse the baby too, and people show up at about 10. So we're gonna try to work through everything we can. And one thing I've let go when people come over is it's okay not to have it perfect. So there's gonna be some toys out. There's gonna be probably some crumbs on the floor, but I did a quick sweep up real quick. Got the dishes in the dishwasher, cleaned up the breakfast stuff that we had, and it'll be set and as good as it can be, and it'll be just a fun time with all the people and the kids. Found out there are 4 more kids coming, so we're at like 29 kids now, so it's gonna be a fun, maybe a little wild time too of planting these pots.
Since our house only has 1 bathroom and about 40 people coming, I knew it would get used. So I do a daily wipe down of the surfaces of the bathroom anyways, but I wanted to make sure the toothpaste was out of the sinks, there was fresh toilet paper, just those things I mentioned. Wipe down the toilet seat a little bit, because of course with kids it's gonna get dirty again anyways. Some wipes, whatever needed to be there as well for people to use. So the day of the party, I like to have less stress. Make sure you have easily clean up products like paper products. This is where I'm all okay with paper products, especially with large groups. Now when we have a cozy or small group of, let's say, 4 to 10 people, I'll use my real cutlery, cloth napkins, glass plates. But when there's so many people, paper products is the way to go. And like I said, set up that buffet. Our counter space is really just so functional for this. This is how I often serve when we have larger groups of people. Just using the space you have, removing some of the clutter off of the space if you have a lot on your counters, again, just makes it more accessible. I also made sure to pull out my garbage can, which is usually tucked under my kitchen sink, so that people had no questions and they could manage throwing something away without asking.
Got the baby station set up for the ones with little babies. Living room is set for the most part. A few books out, some mom books too, for the moms who need to come in with their kids. And then just cleaned up the hallway a little bit, even closed the door. I usually leave those doors open just to close it off so little fingers don't get in there. The bathroom was wiped down, had the kids take the trash out. Look at that. Tractors lined up. Coffee station is set with mugs. Have to clean off a little play phone. And then I got a water pitcher with some fun cups. They can write their names on them with a Sharpie. And then food. Other people will be adding food. I got some fun plates. My husband sells party supplies. So got those, some forks, silverware, and it's all set. Music going. We'll go outside and see how that's coming. The kids are working pretty hard out there, aren't they? We're all set for our potting party. So we have our soil and our rocks and our water, and don't put a rock in there, it'll clog it, so we can't dump it. Then I got some pots in here for everybody to plant, little size, little bigger size. Bought some stickers. And this we're gonna propagate and see how that goes, teach them some of that. There's little tags if they want to say like Happy May Day. Flowers are arranged, kids are playing. Flowers are arranged on the fire pit. Then we got a little table for little kids, another table here, and then the older kids will probably use this one. If we need to use that one over there, we will. And then one more thing I thought of to add, so I did a little hand washing station because I know there's kids who are probably not keen on getting dirty, so I put a bucket with soapy water and hung a little towel here for them. So everything outside is all set. I'll tie up our dog just because we don't want kids to be afraid of dogs either. So yeah, we are ready, and it is about 9:45, 9:50. People should be coming anytime. What are you putting on?
I'm gonna give Poppy some of these.
What's fun? We'll have to take a group picture of you all then.
So now that the party is done and cleanup time happens, just doing a quick wipe down of the counters, getting any real silverware and plates and utensils put into the dishwasher. The floor was horrendous. So having a quick way to clean up a floor, like a good Dyson vacuum, which I really love, or if you're all about having your dog come in and eat the crumbs, go for it. I would highly recommend it. But just making cleanup easy. And we had a lot of mamas with their babies just sit at the kitchen table and converse, nurse their babies, go into the living space. So it was definitely used for some of the party. There were at least over half of the kids and adults in the home. So it definitely had about 25 people in the house at one time. And it didn't feel crowded. Some of the kids just sat on the floor and ate their snacks. A lot of the kids were outside. It just really felt well used, but not overcrowded. And that's one thing that I think, just to remind you, if you are afraid to host and you have a small apartment or a small space, that any space is usable. I've used small spaces my whole adult life. We lived in a 450 square foot, 1-bedroom apartment when we were first married, and I hosted people. Now this is 950 square foot, and I still host often, and I enjoy it and love it. And I think if you just maintain that idea that you can enjoy it and people just want to come over and have company, then I think that's the most important thing. So hopefully these tips helped you a little bit, and you can find more tips, like I said, over on my blog, daviekillian.com.